Is it working?
Should be. Hopefully it should be on here now. Hey, here we go.
Hey.
Sorry about that.
Technical difficulties.
All sorted now, though. Obviously, I've forgotten the phone. Oh, I can put it there. That's fine. Can you see that? I just hold it really awkwardly.
Hi. Happy Friday.
Oh, sorry if I'm a bit quiet this week. I've just had a really weird headache all day. So
I wonder why.
hopefully I won't black out in the middle of this.
Cheers.
Yeah. Actually, where's mine? Oh, here we go. My drink's stronger than my blinking language. So we'll just have a chat for a couple of minutes and then wait for people to join. I'm trying to think what gaming we've been doing this week, really.
Animal Crossing, obviously.
Animal Crossing for you. I'm waiting for the moment when you just kind of say, "Oh, do you know what? I'm done now."
Fed up.
Do you reckon? Is it coming? Are you feeling?
I don't think so because they did that summer second download pack, didn't they? Update. Second summer update, and that was really cool.
Yeah, with the fireworks and stuff.
And the sleep. Luna's sleep in bed and stuff. You can go into dreams and things. It's quite cool.
And what have I been playing? Carrion, finished that. Well, not finished it, but finished reviewing it. That was good. And also Far Cry, the Moon DLC. That was good. Done a few things. But
that's about it, isn't it? I think I watched a lot of films recently.
I've watched a lot of films recently. Watched Venom, which was good as well.
Just got lazy, I suppose.
Yeah.
Played too many games. We fed up now. Sell our collection.
Yeah. Someone actually messaged us on YouTube and commented on a video and said, "Are you from South Wales? Is that why I can't find any games in South Wales?" Which is quite funny.
Oh, I remember you saying that. That's really cool.
But we don't tend to. Oh, Karen, I want to review it so I can make constant Karen. I literally called the review I did, Carrion Screaming. I was gonna go with Carry On Camping. I typed in how many Carry On films there were. There were a lot.
Yeah, so you could have kept going.
Yeah, there's Carry On the Khyber, Carry On like nursing.
There is so many. There's no point listing them.
None of them starring Robin Asquith, unfortunately. But
do you know what that is?
Yeah. But yeah, it is. I am enjoying Carry On. It's pretty good, and it's free on Game Pass at the moment, which is perfect.
Is it?
So,
there we go. That's why everyone's playing it.
Yeah, it is. I do love Game Pass. I finally got hold as well for anyone interested in Outcast, that 1999 PC game that passed me by 3 times. 1999, the 2014 remaster, and when it was remastered in 2017. But I picked it up for £7 today.
Oh, you bought it?
I bought it. It was like
What, on eBay or something? Is it?
Yeah. So I'm just kind of waiting now for it to turn up, and I might book a day off work and just smash into it. I mean, it's been 20 years in the making.
Well, it's so you should go back and play it.
Yeah, just completely recapture the gold. So yeah, the quiz this week is, well, actually you'll know this more than me because it's got.
So basically, it's a general knowledge round. Was the first round, 20 questions, and the second round is thanks to London City Knights for his screenshot round, and I won't tell you what that is yet. And the third round is the music round.
Nice. London City Knights apologises for not sort of being able to join us today, but he did send us this awesome round, which is cool. Back in the day, I think they built a bespoke engine for it. Yeah, we've got really good reviews. Well, not like sort of retrospectively good reviews. People saying that it was like quite a unique sort of system, and the game world. It's not just like, in these open world RPGs, you kind of do these just random side quests. Apparently, it all ties in nicely, and there's quite like a deep in-game lore. Obviously, the controls are clunky, but that's par for the course for me. Don't worry about that.
Ultra Fast said carry on laughing.
There's so many of those Carry On films, but yeah, I went with Carry On Screaming. It seemed fitting. The sound in that game is awesome.
I used to love watching those films.
So should we rock?
Yeah, may as well.
So yeah, we're going to kick off, and this is the general knowledge round, and there are 20 questions. So pens and papers ready. So question 1. When was the BBC Micro released? 1985, 1981, 1990, or 1989? It's going to be quite fun doing this because I haven't really done this quiz myself yet because I was busy today, so you smashed into it.
Yep.
So if it's too tough, blame it.
It's my quiz. It's not going to be too tough. It's easy.
Every time I see words like laughing, I can't help but think of them in a Cardiff accent now as well. It's just ruined my own kind of like jokiness has ruined certain words for me. So, when was the BBC Micro released? A. 1985, B. 1981, C. 1990, or D. 1989?
Okay. Question 2 then. Who is the protagonist in the first Oddworld game? So, who is the protagonist in the first Oddworld game?
I remember this being really cool when it came out, but it's one of those games that I haven't played again. I haven't gone back to it since it came out originally.
We've got a few of them as well, haven't we? We need to start making our way through our PS1 collection.
Thing is, well, that's because it's a 2D game. It'll probably have aged a lot better than some of the 3D platforms on this. So I'm up for that. I remember it being good. So question 3, true or false? Nintendo's famous video game character Mario was named after Mario Segal, the landlord who rented a warehouse with Nintendo. Yeah, well, it was tasty on the PS1. I'm sure they've remastered it, but I'm sure it'll be okay. I just remember the controls being really specific with the movement and stuff. So, question 3. Nintendo's famous video game character Mario was named after Mario Segal, the landlord who rented a warehouse with Nintendo.
Question 4. How many playable characters appeared in Sonic 1 in total?
Yeah, as in Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Sonic 1. We thought if we said Sonic the Hedgehog, people just think all the characters and all the games.
Yeah, it's the very first game, isn't it? So how many playable characters appeared in Sonic 1 in total? It's maybe a bit of a trick one.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Question 5. Name this video game character. There's
That's
a
a tough
subtle
one.
clue in that image.
Yeah, maybe we should have done a bit of Photoshop on this.
There's so many of these games as well.
And probably going to be many more. Question 6. What was Sonic the Hedgehog's original name?
I think I know this. Like I said, you've done this, and when I glance at them, I think it's kind of fun actually. So I should get this right ready.
You should have got your pen and paper ready as well.
Yeah. My crayon and writing pad.
So what was Sonic the Hedgehog's original name?
Question 7. How many bits does the original PlayStation have? I still don't fully understand what bits are, even at the age I am. It's just a number on the console.
So how many bits make up the PlayStation? How the housing and stuff.
Bits, yeah. How many components is the original PlayStation comprised of? Oh. Okay, my turn with a really wordy one. So this is question 8. In Infogram's 1992 horror title Alone in the Dark, the player is heading to the Deserto mansion to locate an item in the attic of the haunted home. What specific item are they initially there for before being somewhat distracted by supernatural beings and fleeing to safety? Now, I'm just going to come out and say that this game is now quite slow to play.
Yes, I know.
I remember revisiting this, not within the last 10 years, and thinking this is not smooth. It's cool though; it is still atmospheric. But the thing is, I used to skip the intro cutscene, so I had no idea what was going on.
I couldn't get past the first bit.
It was it was a mixture of really sluggish controls and absolute trial and error. Look at you, dangerous.
Oh, I think I gave up. I should have been running towards the house and that's it, and I couldn't get past the gate or something. It was ridiculous. I had no patience.
Yeah. And if you don't skip, just watching him walk through to the attic, it's so slow.
And he's like,
"Come on now, lift your feet up, toots."
Question 9. What fruit gives you health in Donkey Kong 64? So what fruit gives you health in Donkey Kong 64?
Say I have a guess at this, but
you don't know?
No. Do we own Donkey Kong 64? Yes.
Yes.
Because I bought it in France.
Yeah.
No, not France. Cologne.
Germany.
Oh.
Oh, hello. Nice to
there,
meet
see
you.
you. We can go back through the questions. If anyone missed the start, we can nip back through. So, question 9. What fruit gives you health in Donkey Kong 64? And this is one of those things, I think, is a trick question. Yeah, it was the first thing we bought in Cologne. That year.
We had a bit of a barter, didn't we?
Yeah. And there was never
haggle.
It was that. I was pleased with that. That market was awesome. The fact you can just openly drink beer and eat sausages.
And buy games. Perfect. Question 10. What is the name of this console?
One of your favourites, Faye?
Yeah, see, if you look closer, you can see it's cleverly photoshopped out.
Subtle. It's how much was this when it came out?
I think it was probably 45, 50 quid.
It came with games, didn't it, though?
Yeah, I think it always came with one game. I think that there's so many editions of it. I know my brother, I think he had the one that came with Batman. Oh, nice. Star Wars, I think he had with it.
He is a Star Wars boy, isn't he?
Remember borrowing it and thinking,
I'm glad I didn't
you can have that back.
Yeah, Cologne did smell nice with it, yeah.
So I'll leave you look at that a bit longer in all its glory. Gorgeous thing.
Did we buy any more games in that market in Cologne?
Yes.
What was it?
What a few Atari games.
Nice, yes.
And because he kept saying it was basically €20, €15, €5, €20.
Yeah, he was haggling, and I was like, and as I was reaching to pay for 10, he was like, "What's €8?" And then I was like, "Yeah," and he went €15. I said, "What? Like, which way are we going with that haggling?"
Trying and confuse us. And we bought those really cool Lara Croft figurines as well.
Yeah, I'm so surprised they didn't break.
Yeah.
Obviously, I chose the one where she's in a skimpy towel. What?
Question 11. What is the name of this console?
What? Oh, sorry, that's from the previous question. Question 11. In the original Streets of Rage, the female character Blaze wears a red dress during gameplay, but what colour are her clothes on the cover art? And it's one colour. It's not like a selection of colours. So, in the original Streets of Rage, the female character Blaze wears a red dress during gameplay, but what colour are her clothes on the cover art? Clinky. So this is guess the game from the synopsis. Do you want to handle this one?
Go on then. So in 2142 AD, you're stranded on a bizarre alien planet with your memory erased. You must battle your way back to the Earth to stop invading mutant forces. What game is this?
I'll give you a clue. It's a good one. It's not Heavy Nova on Mega Drive. That's my go-to bad game. If someone said to you, like, what is it in your head? If I said, think of like an awful game, what does your mind go to?
Probably is it Lawnmower Man on Mega Drive?
Yes, it is Lawnmower Man on the Mega Drive. No, it's not.
I felt sick playing that.
Yeah, it was just. I mean, it's quite interesting what they did, but it's just not fun.
Right, it didn't involve lawnmowers at all.
If you want lawnmowers, you've got to get on Jeff Minter's bus.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Have you ever seen the film Lawnmower Man?
No, that's one for tonight, isn't it?
Jeff Fahey at his best.
So in 2142 AD, stranded on a bizarre alien planet with your memory erased, you must battle your way back to the Earth to stop invading mutant forces.
What a game.
Dun, dun, dun.
Question 13. Which classic Atari game was the first racing game to feature a racetrack based upon a real racing circuit? Pardon me, and also the first to feature a qualifying lap? That is a good question. That's like really... Again, I don't know.
And it's a cool game as well. I won't tell you.
I'm going to guess. In my head, I'm going to guess.
Don't say it, though.
I'm not going to say it. That's cheating. So question 13. Which classic Atari game was the first racing game to feature a racetrack based upon a real racing circuit and also the first to feature a qualifying lap? Over to you.
Question 14. Which game came bundled with the Nintendo Wii in all countries except Japan and North Korea?
I don't know the answer to this, but is this Do you know which? Did it say when you were doing your research which game is?
It's bundled with a Nintendo Wii, yes.
Yeah. Or no, with the ones in Japan and North Korea. Did it say which ones were bundled in those territories?
No, not really.
Oh. Just interesting.
If I dug deeper, I would have found out, but never you mind.
You push your glasses further, it was never you mind.
So which game came bundled with a Nintendo Wii in all countries except Japan and North Korea?
I have to look at this.
I think this is pretty obvious, this one.
Is it?
Yeah.
I have my guess. So question 15. Underground, Hot Pursuit and Most Wanted are installments of which racing game franchise? You're in a bit of a racing bent, weren't you, for the last couple?
Yeah, I'm on the racing bus recently.
So question 15. Underground, Hot Pursuit and Most Wanted are installments of which racing game franchise? Give you a clue. It's not Heavy Nova on the Mega Drive.
Question 16. Which football club did Commodore Amiga sponsor?
I've got a friend called Hugh, and if he was doing this quiz, his glasses would be so far up his nose they'd be floating behind him. There's something weird about people who are like hips deep into football, where they seem to just have really nerdy minds full of like deeply analytical content, like scores and players and subs.
It's very clever. I don't think I could retain that much information. Yeah.
So question 16, which football club did Commodore Amiga sponsor? It would be cool to have one of those tops.
Yeah, I've seen them. I think you can get them on eBay.
$5 are they?
Yeah, free.
Free? They just send them out to you. When we were in Germany, that's another thing we got. In the quid bargain bin, we had PlayStation football tops.
Yeah.
Football
like Euro.
Oh, there you are. Star, straight away on that one. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name. I'll call you Mr. Mahmood. Question 17. In which classic arcade game from 1981 did you have to draw boxes whilst avoiding floating lines? This is
one of my favourite games.
We've got this, and it's really intense. The music is really doomy.
Yeah, as I was writing this question earlier on, I could think of the music in my head, and that's all I wanted to do this afternoon was just play
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough as well. That would have been a real coin muncher in the early 80s.
Oh, I would have pumped all in money in it.
All your old massive 10p's. So question 17. In what classic arcade game from 1981 did you have to draw boxes whilst avoiding floating lines?
Okay. Question 18. The game Kombat on the Atari 2600 features which type of vehicles? Is it A, planes, B, tanks, C, jeeps, or D, helicopters?
We've got this, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think this is one of the ones that it's kind of like Sonic, that everyone just has it when you have an Atari.
Yeah.
Was it in Bridgewater we saw that at the Atari 2600 with the walnut paneling, the wood grain effect?
Oh yeah, gorgeous.
And you were floating towards it like a ghost.
It was in Time Warp Arcade.
You didn't buy it, did you?
No, because I don't think you could buy it.
Oh, it was in the actual arcade, right? Okay.
And they had it was in a glass cabinet, and they had a cartridge, and someone obviously made a label for it with Time Warp Arcade on it, so it was quite cool.
That's cool. So question 18, the game Kombat in the Atari 2600 features which types of vehicles? Planes, tanks, jeeps, or helicopters?
Question 19. Which of the following games was not exclusive to the Saturn? Was it A, 10-Pin Alley, B, Decathlete, C, Sky Target, or D, Nights into Dreams?
So which one of those was ported to other consoles as well? Two of those I've never played, actually. Two of those I've never even heard of, in fact. Decathlete, by the way, also known as Athlete Kings, which is probably one of my favourite games on the Saturn.
Yeah, it was so addictive.
We were playing it the other day.
Yeah.
You were trying to beat me in the 100-meter sprint, but you can't
It's
get past
tough,
that
isn't
bad
it?
boy.
I beat you in one of the other ones. It was a javelin or something.
Yeah, you beat me with it at the pole vault. Yeah.
There we go. We've all got one thing.
We've all got one gift.
So number 20. This one is a video game advert for what console? So it's more powerful than God.
Edge magazine as
What
well.
console could be more powerful than God?
That is a bold claim.
Yeah. And that statement was made by Edge magazine.
So keen. That font as well. The thing is, the font and the presentation of that is kind of a clue as to the era of the console.
I guess it's brilliant. I love all the old-fashioned, the vintage adverts. Like some of them you wouldn't get away with now, would you? And
No, some of them are just baffling. Some of them are just unpleasant. Yeah,
some are just hilarious.
Because I remember like buying. I didn't buy Edge magazine, buying other sort of game magazines at the time. Some of the adverts, you just like what? Like it would just be a picture of I don't know, like.
Don't give away. You could give away the next.
No, like
one.
a bloke screaming or something. And you're
Yeah,
like,
that could be
"What?"
for anything. Yeah.
It could just be a picture of my dad on his wedding day.
So I think you've seen enough of this one.
Yeah.
So this again is advertising a console. What could it be?
Are these consoles or games on consoles?
This the first three questions in this little bit are consoles and the rest are but it does say on the top.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm saying. It's bizarre, isn't it? Like that's a good example. Like, okay, what?
Like who thought to do that? Like that'd be a really good idea to represent.
Someone who in the board meeting was going like this. Oh, I've got this idea. Oh, is it? Oh, it's warm in here. That tongue as well on the right looks really unhealthy. Like it's got a cracked vein at the back or something.
But there's a reason for that, isn't there?
Really?
Probably.
Oh,
Well, you gotta think of what they all represent.
Fair enough. I'm really intrigued about that one. This one, the sort of grey one on the bottom, just looks like a duck's bill.
Number 22. So this again is advertising the console, and you can see the guy there. More fun than a ferret down your trousers.
The thing is, he's skinny, and obviously he's wearing a baggy white shirt as everyone did then. But he's bought those trousers, which are twice the. He's bought trousers to put a ferret down them. Because if he was buying those in the shop, they'd say, "Oh, these are like twice your hip size," and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm going to put a ferret down them." Oh, okay. Probably get escorted out of Primark.
Cheeky Instagram story picture.
Bizarre.
I think this is brilliant. Like I did carefully do some photoshopping.
Oh, really?
Yeah, can you not see? I thought it was quite obvious.
This strip of things in the background?
Yeah.
Nice.
So more fun than a ferret down your trousers. What console could possibly be that?
Bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Didn't have to worry about belts back then. The thing is, if his trousers were that big, he'd have to tuck his shirt and they would be on the floor. That's awful. What an awful advert. And it's like slightly fuzzy as well. Brilliant. I'm trying to think of a console I own that's more fun than putting a ferret down my trousers.
So this one is an advert from a video game.
This advert would not fly now.
No.
It would not fly.
So domestic violence. What have we got there? We've got obviously his dad and his son playing a game on a console. So what game are they playing?
Creepy fact that they're kind of like lovingly gazing into each other's eyes.
Look at the screen.
Attack each other in a virtual world. The thing is, this is a massive step above when we've got a load of the old sort of Pong consoles, and on all of those in the front, where it's like a family like
really enjoying,
really, like,
and there's not even
contorted
nothing's
laughter.
plugged in or anything.
Yeah. And there's always like something over the screen, the TV screen covering it up, so you can't see what it actually looks like.
In colour, exciting, and I mean, there wasn't really a colour, was there? Maybe the paddle was a different colour.
Just said wow twice. It's astonishing.
They're brilliant. I want like some of these on my wall.
A framed poster that just says domestic violence while a father and son gaze into each other's eyes. Fantastic. That's probably the darkest advert I've ever seen. I'll have to adjust the contrast on the laptop.
Okay.
That's
next.
amazing.
Again, this is advertising a game. What game? We can see what console this gentleman's playing.
Oh my god! I thought when I was kind of glancing over this earlier, I thought this was advertising a console. But if it's a game,
That's
really clever. I like that.
Yeah. There's a couple of them commercials as well. Featuring.
What is it
them
top
as
made
well.
out of? Is that like crushed velvet?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Are we doing an advert, Dad? Let me just.
Or is
pop
it a
on
bit
my
of?
peach
Looks
crushed
like it
velvet
could be a
top.
bit of tie dye, maybe.
Is it tie-dye or velour? It's hard to tell.
What do you think?
What do you think at home, kids? Send us a. What do they used to say? Send us a stamped addressed envelope using sticky back plastic. It's astonishing. A little clue there. So, it's fantastic.
And the last one, sadly, I should have kept going with these. These are brilliant. What game is this?
I think this should be a regular round.
This came out in 2006, is it? Spring 2006? The first one? Yeah, it must have been, yeah.
Oh, not the first one, no. Although we're giving them a clue that they know it's not. It's more than one game now, but that's not. That's just for this game.
Yeah.
Again, if you saw that in a magazine, you'd be like, "What?"
Yeah. Why did someone think this?
That's amazing. Amazing. I'd read a book of these.
Yeah.
Well, I basically turn the page and say, "Wow." That's it.
So, what game is this advertising?
That is astonishing. Good work on these.
I love them. I think they're brilliant.
Domestic violence one.
There are plenty more where those came from. I've got loads on my laptop, yeah. Oh, sorry, I was sitting there earlier on while you were in work going, oh. Right, I think it's enough of that, don't you? So that's the end of round one.
Nice. Okay. So the next round is given to. I think there's actually a screen that shows it. Isn't it? So this is London City Nights. Oh, I like the font. But he can't be with us tonight, so this is his round that he kindly sent us, and you've got to guess the fighting game from the background. So we're going to go smashing into this. There's 10 questions in this round?
Yes.
This one is tough. This is tough.
Yeah, I think they get confusing, don't they? Because you're overthinking, and there's quite a few games it could be, but then you go really look at it, and because of the colours, you know, when you think of
the quality of the background as well can be a hint. But yeah, this is
what fighting game is it,
I
basically?
might give the camera a quick wipe. I think it's a bit.
Oh, that's better. There we go.
Yeah, it was a bit smudgy. Sorry about that. We didn't realise the camera was smudgy. You can see my beautiful face in HD now. Oh my god, I've got my first grey hairs. I've had them before. Look, you've got the microphone right by you. Look at this.
Well, you know.
I feel like I'm a guest on your radio show.
Okay, let's move on.
Oh, come on, everyone.
That is a classic, isn't it?
Yeah.
How can you not know this?
By the way, for literally decades, I used to think that this, I know no one can see what I'm pointing at, but this on the left with the sort of the three circles, I used to think that was like a conveyor belt that went up somewhere.
Oh, okay.
But it's clearly just a roof, just like that over there, just turned to face us. But for some reason I thought it was just in there.
I think it looks more like a ship.
Oh, like the bow of a ship.
Yeah,
sort
you're
of
on
thing.
like you're on deck.
That's in the second Daytona game. That's one of my favourite parts of it. Is one of the tracks. You know the pirate ships in a fair that does that?
Yeah.
It goes over the car really close as you drive under it. Really cool. I think it's on the Dreamcast.
Those
actually.
pirate ships were. I remember them being in Awkward Park.
Oh, they were gut wrenches.
You always had to sit in the middle, but we were like, oh no, we have to sit at the ends, and you.
I remember liking them, but basically you go.
You lose your stomach, yeah.
Yeah.
And half the time you think, oh my god, what if this goes over?
I think some did. Or you know when they were going to go over when you had the shoulder things. If it was a bar, you knew you'd be alright. But if it was the shoulder patch, you know you're going round.
Yeah. Too old for all that now, I'm afraid.
Nothing but the teacups for me these days.
Yeah. So this is the third one.
I think I can make an educated guess at this one.
Yeah.
the glass smelled funny. It's so strong the drink is. It's going to make my teeth white. It's only tea.
And the rest.
That's a nice image. They are tough, Rupert, I will give you that.
I like this one. There's quite a lot going on, isn't it, at the back?
It's busy, isn't it? What is that? Oh, hang on. There's a nice clue in this one. There's a clue here. Can't I remember his name though? These are tough, especially because our friend Vinny basically lives and breathes fighting games. He told me the other day that he's branched out his PS2 collection now. He's bought more fighting games and more shoot 'em ups. And I thought, you haven't branched out. You've just bought more games that you like that are in the same genre.
Oh.
What's wrong? Oh, and Vinny literally just messaged us and said he had his birthday card, which is awesome. If you're watching this, happy birthday, Vin.
Question 5.
Bloody hell.
This is dark, isn't it? Creepy.
It is tough, isn't it? These are really tough. That's
Fair
a
play
cool
to
background.
LCN.
Yeah.
Good round.
LCN. And we were also just talking about, pirate ships, and this is some sort of really buzzing theme park. I would not go in that room.
I would. If you paid me.
Oh, well, like a $5. It's cool though. I really do like that image, but I don't know what game this is. Oh no, I think I wish I did have a bit of paper actually so I could make notes of this. But yeah, I think I know what that is.
Ooh.
You've really got to look at the background, haven't you?
Yeah, you can tell by the art what it is, can't you? Especially near the moon.
That's nice.
Let's go drink.
Oh, go on then.
Let's get some fresh drink, shall we?
Thank you. Yeah, that is really nice artwork. Don't spend enough time playing. I don't know what I'm talking to. She's gone. But yeah, when I play fighting games, I kind of wish because I remember playing the first Injustice game, and there were some really nice backgrounds in that, and they were more interactive as well. Was it Injustice? I bought in a steelbook Red Sun off eBay, and it turned up, and someone's dog had clearly just completely chewed through the plastic casing and really dented the steelbook. He didn't mention that, and I just thought it was funny. I don't mind. Merci. That's French for thanks for the drink.
Which means thanks.
7. Again, I would. This is not one I would know.
I didn't know this.
Although, again, these aren't clues because I don't know myself. But the fact that, it's not on the floor. If you know what I mean, it's not level with the floor. So I'm guessing this is some sort of aerial game. London City Nights. Even when he's not here, he's causing trouble. That's a tough one. Reminds me of the end of Inception.
Yeah. Or a film.
Ah, yes.
Everyone should know this.
Instantly heard the music in my head then. I'm sure there was could you do a special move that would knock them into the background? You should have been able to if you couldn't.
That'd be really cool and creepy as well.
But yeah, that's one. That's probably one of the ones that people may know out of this round because some of the others are pretty full on.
It's a Shadaloo ball.
That's a clue. Yeah, that is a clue. In fact, there are 2 clues on there. We're both leaning in. It reminds me of that episode of Bottom. The final episode of Bottom, in fact. I might change my name to Golden Bullion. Golden Billion. Shadaloo does sound like a type of curry as well. You know it'd be hot as well.
Oh, I know, it'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
In fact, let's invent it.
So the last one, isn't it?
Yeah, question 10. This is the final one. Again, I don't think I know this one. No, I wouldn't guess this. Do you know this? Oh, you do?
Yeah, only because I saw the answers earlier. I made the quiz.
There is that.
Apart from this round, obviously, London City Nights. But I'd obviously written down the answers and stuff.
Nice. Right then, and now we're on to the music round, aren't we?
Yes, that's the end of round 2.
So, we will...
Get ready for the music
prep
round.
this.
There's some classics in there today, some really good ones.
Okay, here we go. So, I think this is... Here we go. So there's 10 questions in this round, and this is number 1. That was an abrupt ending.
Yeah.
That's
It's almost like jazz hands, isn't
yeah,
it?
diddle-a-ding. So, number 2. And then it repeats.
I wanted to nod my head to that, but I slept really awkwardly last night, so my neck is in pieces.
I still stand by the fact that the well, I can't say because it's a clue, but the alternate console is better.
So what question is this?
This is number 3.
Full on.
It is a full-on one. I do like that one. This is the next one. Such a subtle one. At some point, it just sounds like someone just shaking their keys near a microphone.
They probably were. What number is this?
Oh, I don't number them because I'm thick.
I
1, 2,
know.
3, 4. This is the 5th one. 5 of 10. It sounded like it stopped for a second then.
I used to love this game. But it was very difficult. Very, very difficult.
I enjoyed that piece of music more than the entire game. It's hard to believe that was in the Atari 2600, isn't it?
Oh, dear me.
Okay. That's probably the most subtle piece of music that we've ever had on this entire quiz.
So what number's this now?
This is number 9. A little bit more lively.
For a change in pace, isn't it?
And hail. Eh? And this is the final one.
There we go, that's the end of the quiz.
Yeah, that is. Listen to those back. Some of them are just so subtle and like ambient. You think, okay.
Yeah, drift off to sleep. Okay, so that's the end of the quiz, and dun dun. Obviously,
go.
time for the answers.
Here we go. And there they are. Oh, I'll just shrink us a little bit so you can see the answers more fully. There you go. So yeah, so question. Shall I do the first 10? You do the second?
Yeah,
10?
go on.
So question 1 was, when was the BBC Micro released? And that was 1981. Question 2 was, who was the protagonist in the first Oddworld game? And that is Abe's Odyssey. Question 3, true or false? Nintendo's famous video game character Mario is named after Mario Segal, the landlord who rented a warehouse next to Nintendo. And yes, that is true. Or warehouse with Nintendo, sorry. Question 4, how many playable characters appeared in the original Sonic the Hedgehog in total? And that is 1, it's just Sonic. Question 5, name this video game character. That is Bomberman. Pardon me. Question 6, what was Sonic the Hedgehog's original game name? It was Mr. Needlemouse. Question 7, how many bits does the original PlayStation have? And that's 32. Question 8, the nice verbose one. In Infogram's 1992 horror title Alone in the Dark, the player is heading into the Deserto mansion to locate an item in the attic of the haunted home. What specific item were they initially there looking for before being somewhat distracted by supernatural beings and fleeing to safety? And that is a piano. I never knew that. Question 9, what fruit gives you health in Donkey Kong 64? I was guessing banana, but I thought it can't be. I wouldn't have guessed watermelon, so that's a nice one. Question 10, what is the name of this console? And it is the R-Zone. Up and to the right. I I'll let you take over the next week.
Okay, 11. In the original Streets of Rage, the female character Blaze wears a red dress doing gameplay, but what colour are her clothes on the cover art? And they are white. 2142 AD, stranded on a bizarre alien planet with your memory erased, you must battle your way to the Earth to stop invading mutant forces, and that is Flashback. 13. Which classic Atari game was the first racing game to feature a racetrack based upon a real racing circuit and also the first to feature a qualifying lap, and that is Pole Position.
I got that right, that was my guess.
Yeah, well done. Give yourself a pat on the back. Question 14. Which game came bundled with the Nintendo Wii in all countries except Japan and North Korea, and that was Wii Sports. Underground, Hot Pursuit, and Most Wanted are installments of which racing video game franchise, and that's Need for Speed. Number 16, which football club did Commodore Amiga support? And the answer is Chelsea. Number 17, in what classic arcade game from 1981 did you have to draw boxes whilst avoiding floating lines? And the answer is Kicks. Number 18, the game Kombat on the Atari 2600 features which type of vehicle? And the answer is tank. Number 19, which of the following games was not exclusive to the Saturn? And the answer was Tenpin Alley. So moving on to the adverts, the first one, More Powerful Than God, was PlayStation. And the next one then was Game Boy Pocket with the colourful tongues.
That was the Game Boy Pocket?
Yeah,
of course,
I think the off-white one was like the clear crystal version, you know.
Right,
that's what I'm thinking anyway, that's my thing on it. So number 22 was the Game Boy with a ferret down the trousers. 23 was Virtua Fighter.
The domestic violence.
The domestic violence one.
I'd love to have that framed.
24 was Zelda Skyward Sword. Or if you've got Zelda, that's fine. So we had Robin Williams on the cover and his daughter Zelda.
Yeah, Rupert just said that he put crossbow training for 25, except he's not firing crossbow. I did think it was Link's crossbow training, but then because his daughter was in it and she's called Zelda, I assumed it was a Zelda game.
I mean, if you said Zelda, that's fine. I did think that was a bit difficult because they obviously advertise a few of the Zelda games as well in different commercials.
The thing is, Rupert didn't put Zelda, he wrote crossbow training, so he gets nothing.
What? And 25 was Hitman 3 Blood Money.
The dude in the fridge.
Yeah, obviously.
So out of the scores, obviously it's quite weak this week, so there's only 2 here, but we've got Rupert with 12 and Fire and Water 49 with 9. So Rupert is 3 in the lead of all the scores we can see anyway. So we'll go on to. I'm gonna have to really minimize this for this one. Let me get us right out of the. We're gonna be tiny. We are tiny. There we go.
Hey.
So these are the answers for round 2. Number 1 was Samurai Showdown. Number 2, crossbow training. Oh, it's a Zelda game. I thought it was Link's crossbow training. Okay then, Rupert, you get a point.
It is a Zelda game.
Oh,
I thought you were just being really hard.
Are we gonna have a fight? Because I win. Maybe. Number 1 is Samurai Showdown. Number 2 is Street Fighter 2. Number 3 is Darkstalkers, which is, I did guess that. So Street Fighter 3, wouldn't have got that, is question 4. Number 5 is Injustice 2, which I did recognise because I've played that game. BlazBlue Continuum Shift was
Never
number 6.
heard of that.
I've heard of the BlazBlue series, but number 7 is Smash Brothers Brawl, so it is kind of an aerial game. I've never played it. Number 8 is Mortal Kombat 2. If you put Mortal Kombat, that's a mark, I reckon, because obviously there's so many of the games. Number 9 was Street Fighter 5, the Shadaloo ball. Obviously, Shadaloo is M. Bison's. And I think that probably says Vegas, but I was thinking of Vega with a VEG on the floor. And number 10 is Marvel vs. Capcom. And moving on to the music round, we've got... well, I'll let you do these because I did all the other rounds. I'll let you...
Okay, so number 1 was Mega Man on the NES. Number 2, Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. 3, Dino Crisis. 4, Far Cry. 5, Bart vs. the Juggernauts. You could tell I was Game Boy number, couldn't you? Number 6, Myst. 7, Phantasmagoria. That was a creepy one. 8, Half-Life. 9, Theme Park. And 10, XCOM Enemy Unknown.
And what I was we were doing the quiz, Star Fox is the one that dun 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 dun, and it's cool music.
Oh, that's good.
But the SNES music always sounds really flat compared to the Mega Drive music, which is more muscular.
Yeah.
Always.
And that's that, I'm afraid. That's all for this week.
That is the quiz. I don't know what the scores are, but Rupert had 1 out of 10 on the music round. So, it's been a quiet one this week, and I apologize if I've been a bit off it. I've just got this headache. But I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. And we'll be back the same time next week anyway, when we with more cool vintage gaming adverts.
Yeah, do you know, you could do a whole quiz on those gaming adverts.
Maybe that's what we'll do next week.
They're so funny, and I bet you some of them now are really, like the domestic violence one. It's like,
yeah, there's ones you wouldn't see now as well. Maybe we could throw a couple of like more recent ones in and compare them.
Rupert had 17, Fire and Water with 14. So, you know, from all the scores we can see, Rupert is the clear winner, unfortunately, for Fire and Water. But yeah, thanks to London City Nights for the guest round.
Yeah,
we do love a guest round. It makes it
yeah,
really,
so if
really
anyone else wants to do one, that's cool.
Yeah, and much love. Everyone have an awesome weekend, and we shall see you soon.
Thank you.